Hey everybody, it's your girl Leilah Loca, and we're back with another episode of Loca's Vibe Check, where we sit down with artists, entrepreneurs, and business owners, and they talk about their movement and their impact in the community. Today we have Trill Lee. Thank you for coming by.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, man. I feel blessed and highly favored to be, a part of the situation. So thank you again.
No problem. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
He's a Richmond-based artist, and he's going to talk about his experience. So, first and foremost, who is Trill Lee?
Okay.
And how did growing up in the Bay influence your music?
Okay. First of all, Trill Lee is a Richmond, California native. You know what I'm talking about? Bay Area native. I grew up around music. My whole family was in the church. You feel me? So just growing up around that type of, era in music kind of like molded my music. Trill Lee is, as some people would say, the hook extraordinaire, the hook heartthrob. You know what I'm talking about? I put all my talents into my hook making abilities and songwriting abilities, and I just want to make people happy. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. So what kind of music did you listen to growing up that kind of influenced your music today?
So being from the Bay Area, you would automatically just think like Mac Dre's and Too Shorts, and I can't even lie, it wasn't like that for me. My family from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Shout out to Boot. And I grew up listening to, 8-Ball MJGs, Cash Money, of course, anything Southern based. Pastor Troy was one of my top artists, that I listened to. So it kind of molded my style in the beginning. I was in a group called Apollo 13 and 20 Boys. So we was kind of like crunk Bay Area mixed in, you know what I'm talking about? I didn't really get hit to E40 and all them until like, I'd say junior high, high school. But I mean, that's a lot of us did at the end of the day. And then, I'm from the Bay, so it is what it is. I had to adapt and had to, make my music, kind of sound Bay Southern.
It's kind of hard not to adapt when the Bay is heavily influenced still.
Most definitely.
By, the culture and
the
hyphen movement, all that. So
yeah.
Let's talk about the creative process. When you are writing these hooks or creating your music, what comes first? Do you listen to the beat first? Do you already have something in mind that you want to talk about?
I mean, it kind of differs. It depends on my mood. I create music off mood. You know what I'm saying? If I have to have the beat first, I can't even vibe without the beat. If anybody know my creativity and how I even craft up hooks and structure them, I go off the beat first. If I'm not vibing with the beat, then it's kind of hard to do that. I get when I get called out for like features and stuff like that, paid features, instantly, if they have an idea, that's way more easy for the creative process. You know what I'm saying? To have an idea and we go from there. But if it's like something I got to structure and freestyle, then it's all she wrote. Because instantly I'm going off the beat. So beat, then words, beat, melody, then words. Because with me, I kind of got this cadence where I kind of like it grew and I had growth and it matured over the years. So my melody is kind of like the whole structure of the hook and stuff like that. Without my melody, then it ain't no hook.
Right. Some people get on there and they're like, I already know what I want to say. This is the message I'm trying to get across. So, just wondering how that comes for somebody that you said, you're the hook god.
The hook heartthrob. That's what they call me. Hook heartthrob.
Hook heartthrob.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your music. What inspired Be My?
Well, Be My, I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying? You hear the Bobby Valentino sample, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up in the era where that type of song, that type of sound was on the radio all the time, saying I'm an 80s baby. I ain't never scared to say how old I am. I'm 41. I don't look it. I'm blessed, highly favored. So I thank God for giving me that.
41 is young to me,
that melanin, you know what I'm talking about, because it don't crack. But yeah, so Be My, basically, it came up where, you know what I'm saying, I like to create songs that have longevity, songs that can be that can become classics later down the years. I put everything into, song creating. So Be My is one of them records where I feel later down the line, people gonna, they're gonna be like, oh, this still got it. I like this.
A timeless type of
Yeah. Shout out my boy Shield Mac, man. Be My, it's finna be either the next single coming up or the next single that's finna drop. So shout out my brother Shield Mac, because we finna kill that record.
All right, when does that drop?
That should be dropping, I say, at the either beginning of June or mid-June, because we got to get it ready for summer, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Okay. And where can we stream that?
You're going to be able to stream that everywhere. Hopefully the radio. So, you know what I'm saying? Music guys, if you listen to me up there, hopefully the radio. But yeah, man, we're going to really put a hard, push a hard line on that record.
So your song All In feels a little more personal. What inspired you, or what made you feel closer to that song?
So the record All In is actually my brother, you know what I'm saying, Prince Dave, my CBE artist, fellow brother, you know what I'm saying? So shout out my brother Prince Dave and the CBE camp. It's his record featuring me. He basically, his A&R, Dooley, you know what I'm saying, from CBE, reached out to me and was just like, man, I got this beat, I got these verses. I know you can kill this hook. And I instantly heard it and was just like, oh, it's over. I'm finna cook.
Yeah.
I cook. So it's, you know what I'm saying, it come from an older song, and Mess even, you know, redid it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Messy Mar from SF. And he didn't want me to play around with Mess hook. So I had to go, you know what I'm saying, over and beyond and figure out a way where I can not include Mess hook. And that's how I came up with All In. I feel like the original title was called Smile. You know, we want to see women smile. You know what I'm talking about? I base my music around women. I don't never want to base it around a certain group of people, but when it comes to women, it just seems like they support you most. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they more, you know, get more personal with you, and they have a longevity of fans. You know what I'm saying? So I build a little personal situation and relationship with them, so to let them know that I'm creating my music for you women. And All In is just one of them songs where no matter what type of mood you in, she gonna be smiling when she hear them words. So shout out my brother Prince Day. You know what I'm saying? So
with both of those tracks, do you come up with the lyrics based off of experiences?
I mean, anybody can base off a song based off experiences. That's what Trill Lee stand for, you know what I'm saying? Being real, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know what the word trill is in the South, is being real. So yeah, childhood experiences, present experiences. Of course, those words can kind of like, you know, gravitate to real life experiences. But I mean, for me, personal experiences, of course. Everybody has those experiences. A lot of people be in DMs and be like, "Oh, this is my song. You feel like you know." I'm like, it's talking to everybody.
That influenced the hook for you, like a story time.
A story time. What can I say about a story time? Let's just say grade school. Let's say grade school crush. You know what I'm saying? When we grew up, we had those songs for like New Edition and, you know, all the older groups and Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that. And those songs were dedicated or even directed towards a certain individual. So when I'm creating that type of record, of course I can go down and be like, oh, man, in 8th grade. Or I could be like, oh, man, wifey, you feel me? Or I could be, oh, man, this and that. You know what I'm saying? You never put it on a specific person because there's so many levels to record making and structure. Right. You know what I'm saying? And memories, because your head is literally going like, you know what I'm saying, when you're thinking about certain stuff like that.
So you have a good balance of emotion and confidence in your writing abilities.
Okay.
Is that something that you've always had, or did that have to come after some time, or what made you realize that you are the hook heartthrob? That
took a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was growing up, I would help my brothers out with the hooks. We was in a group. We was in a 3-man group. So when you're in a 3-man group, you could say you got his side, and then you the deciding factor. I was always the deciding factor when it came to hooks. And my brother Bakari, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother Bakari Williams. He was literally the hook guy, and we would literally just build our ad-libs around his hook with structure. And we was the only group, I think at the time, was kind of like making songs and hooks together.
Right.
And that's why we stood out a lot. So I never did hooks until I got, you know, older, because the confidence was never there. I'm going to be honest with you, because I just saw, you know, my brother doing it so well. And I was just like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
But I think the hook's always been in me. Singing always been in me. Rapping has always been in me. So creating hooks and structuring records has always been in me. I just didn't think until I was actually on my own that I was, you know, able to explore that. And I'm happy about that.
So just about when you're recording,
Mm-hmm.
what type of energy do you like to have in the studio?
It's got to be fun. If if it's not fun, then I don't want it.
Right.
Like everybody go to the studio and be too serious. Like I don't make serious music unless it's that time. You know what I'm saying? If I got a vent or something like that, and that's rarely, because I've been through a lot of situations and a lot of heartbreaks and stuff like that. So I try my hardest just to smile all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, creating at the studio, I want it to be a fun experience. If it ain't fun, like I said, I don't want it.
Are there any other artists in the Bay that you wish to work with or are going to be working with soon, besides the ones we talked about?
I would love to work with E40. I would love to work with E40. It's like a bucket list, you know what I'm saying? I always literally be in same buildings and we just never clash. We never run into each other. I'd be like divine timing, but it's to the point where I'm finna just speed up the divine timing. Come on, guy.
Just go after
yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah.
I would love to work with 40, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're listening to 40 out there, man, hey, Trill Lee got it. We got so many mutual friends. Like his brothers is my IG partners, and when I see him, it's all love. So it's like I just want to bump into 40 and be like, bro, I really do appreciate what you did for the Bay, and I would love to work with you.
Yeah. So for those of you who have not gotten a chance to listen to Trill Lee's music, can you describe to them your sound?
Well, my sound is unique. It's one of a kind. It's different. It's commercial. Is rugged. Is everlasting. It's real music. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I am music. I done been heard. People done told me this a lot of times. If I was doing something to the point where people didn't want to hear, then they wouldn't be reaching out to me for hooks. They wouldn't reach out to me for features and stuff like that. So I just feel like my sound is now. I've been doing the different cadences and melodies and melodic sounds for years. It just wasn't in at the time. So now that it's in, I think, it's my time.
Out of everything that you do, the rapping, the singing, the songwriting, producing, what is your favorite?
The writing. The writing process is fun. Because it shows, I grew up in an era where it was hip-hop, rap, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around certain legends, and I seen how, they delivered their words and verses and stuff like that. So just to come from under that, I have no choice but to try to be great, you know what I'm saying? To aspire to be great. So I would say the writing part. Writing is just fun, man. You get to create the vision. You get to create the lane. You get to create the record. You get to create the sound from the writing, you know what I'm saying? I don't produce. I co-produce, which means if I hear something on the beat, I'm going to be like, throw that in there. I hear that. Okay, add that. Boom, boom, take that out. Boom, boom, boom. But I never, ever touch the keyboard. I would not sit up here and lie. That ain't me. But I will most definitely write you a banger. And that's my favorite part, is writing.
What's your favorite song that you've written? Or your favorite hook? Or
I don't have a favorite. I feel like when you have a favorite, you limit yourself to, other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like,
they all my favorite, y'all.
yeah,
They're
like
my
they be like, what's your favorite food? I don't have a favorite food. I got a food that I prefer to eat, but I don't have no favorites. I just feel like when you have a favorite, it's just like you limit yourself to other things, and I don't want to never ever, limit myself. So when it comes to my music, my favorite is all my records. Anything that I'm on, anything that people invite me to get on, that's my favorite. So I love it.
So being that you were heavily influenced by your family and being from Louisiana and things like that, what makes the Bay Area so special to you?
Man, the Bay is so special to me. It's the Bay. I grew up in Richmond, so Richmond has always been like, the outskirts, the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say that live. We have always been the underdogs, but we have always been different. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to I Am Sue. Shout out to Locksmith. Shout out to anybody that's from Richmond that's different, because I just feel like when it comes to the rich, man, we different. We stand out. You know what I'm saying? We're not better than anybody, because we don't put ourselves out there to be better than anybody. But when it comes to music, we are different. So I just say, yeah, man, I love the Bay. I love the South too, though. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? That's my roots. Yeah. But when I mix them both, you can kind of hear it.
Is there anything that you would like to see more coming from the Bay?
Just more unity. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was a lot more unity. It's a lot of division, and I get it. Everybody want to be the man. Like, we don't have a Drake, we don't have a Kendrick, we don't have that. And I'm not saying that we don't have it as in all aspects where we don't have the talent. Yes, we got multiple. Everybody get their game from the Bay. Come on now, let's be honest. Everybody. So they soak up a little of this, a little of that, and then they just put it on a bigger platform. I just feel like more unity, man, and I think we can just really, have a run. We keep getting there. We keep having those moments where we had those runs, and you just start seeing the Bay. The All-Star game was a prime example. It was amazing, man. And I don't know the statistics, but I don't think it was one death, one celebrity being robbed or whatever. So shout out to the Bay, man, for just holding it down and representing us like we should be represented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So more unity with the Bay.
That is a big thing that you brought up, the All-Star
weekend.
There wasn't any break-ins or things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any, but, nothing that
was too dramatic to the point where
it
made the news and made us embarrass ourselves, man.
Right.
We really
and
put on.
I was going to say, I was proud of it.
Yeah, I was super proud of us, man. I was like, oh, my God, because I was outside. And I'm usually outside, but I was outside. So I was like, man, this is beautiful. It's like, I can go up to Bray. And he, you know what I'm saying? I went up to Kevin, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Ludi, and was like, what's up with bro? He was like, what's up? And I'm like, man, bro, hold on. You ain't scared?
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I'm happy about that, man. The Bay really represented us, and I love it.
So just going back to your music, you said Be My will be dropping in June, right?
Yeah.
Is it a part of a bigger album, or is it just a single?
It's just a single.
Okay.
I feel... when it comes to albums, I feel like I need to focus more on singles just to figure out exactly what's my core fan base so I can kind of deliver to what they want to hear. Yeah. I did an album. It was a good album, you know what I'm saying? Shout out After Hours, you know what I'm saying? Shout out EMG. They made that happen. And it was an all-around good album, but it didn't get the exposure that it deserved. So I feel like my next album got to be something monumental, but it has to be right. It can't just be threw out there like, take my album. Nah, I want it to make sense. You feel me? So when it comes to me doing singles, I rather just do singles right now. And I'm on a lot of singles, y'all. So stay tuned. When I say a lot of singles, there's a lot of people out there. Shout out to them. They got me on their singles. So I think you're finna be hearing a lot of Trill Lee during the summer.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it.
Most definitely.
Just kind of wrapping up, what do you want people to take away from your music?
I just want them to have I just want them to have fun. I want them to take away that somebody in the Bay Area actually do care about, their craft and actually do care about the music that's being put out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got ops. I ain't got no ops. You know what I'm saying? If I do, shout out y'all. Watch out, because God watching you. You know what I'm saying? He protects me at all costs. You feel me? But yeah, I don't do music about ops. I don't do music about pimping. You know what I'm saying? I got daughters. I got sisters, you know what I'm saying? I don't degrade women like that. So when it comes to music, I just want it to be known as he really putting out good music. And that's the message I want to deliver when I'm putting out my music.
Where can people, I know that you said that you're streaming everywhere, but just let everyone else know where they can follow and share your stuff at.
Most definitely. You can follow me. Journey. You can follow me on any platform. You can follow me on Instagram. I do follow back if it makes sense. I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't going to say I follow everybody back. But you can follow me at IAMTRILLEE. I am Trill Lee. That's YouTube. That's IG. I think I got a Facebook page. That's my email at gmail.com. You really want to get personal and, send me some stuff. Anybody got some features, they want to, holler at me about. That's the perfect situation right there. Shout out my label, man, CBE. You can most definitely get in touch with them to get in touch with me. So, yeah, all DSPs, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever. I'm on every DSP known to man. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming by. Like
most
I
definitely.
said, I know
Thank you
have a very, very busy Saturday today.
Yeah.
I truly appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
That is the end of another episode of Loca's Vibe Check. Please don't forget to subscribe and share.
Aye.